Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on Twitter X. Okay, a couple things to get to before we get to the big story. Another project.
Really big news.
Yeah, that Meghan has involved herself in. Avid Gardener put up this article. Hurry, get your mushroom-led coffee at discount. Things are clearly desperate. And that's true. It looks like Clever Blends, the company that Oprah and Meghan have backed, the all-female company, which is not an all female company because it's with a woman and her husband that started the company. And from the commercial, it looked like it was mostly men in the commercial that were working behind the scenes. So I don't know what they're talking about. But anytime you put out an ad, you know, in Page 6 or any of the other gossip rags, you know that things are not doing well. Save 15% on Clever Lattes, Oprah and Meghan love with our exclusive code. So you get your code, you go online, you punch in the code, and you get your stuff at 15% off. That is never a good sign.
That's what happens when you lose your Weight Watchers promotion.
Exactly.
$1 billion gone.
People are like, wait a second, she was drinking that and that wasn't helping. It was Ozempic the whole time. What? Not surprised. Clever Blends needs a little help at the selling. Another thing that happened was Powder Mountain, and this didn't take very long. I was noticing last night, Powder Mountain got markled. It got markled big time. I was just, you know, I subscribe to all the ski magazines online and all that stuff, so I get the notices. Nation's largest ski resort draws fire for insensitive social media comment. The evolution of Powder Mountain, Utah is frustrating local skiers. Now, as I said before, Powder Mountain is known for being a little exclusive. They do not sell a lot of passes on their runs because they like to keep it not full of a lot of people.
VIP only.
Well, it's not, they don't look at the people, they just look at how many passes they sell. Right. But for local people that live there, they find that very nice because it's like, oh, you know, there isn't going to be a lot of people on this mountain. It's a very huge celebrity destination. The ex-CEO of Netflix buys it. He now wants to open it more to the public. He wants to crank up the prices as well. It's basically like turning into Disneyland. Meghan's promoting it, which adds a certain cheapness to the brand, which she does to every brand she puts her face on or name to. And it's been markled. So a loyal customer of Powder Mountain put this up under their Instagram page. Yeah, Powder Mountain, Utah suggested a local skier concerned with increasing pass prices should go ski elsewhere, drawing community ire. So this Alex guy wrote, I can fly to Europe and ski for 10 days and it would be cheaper than buying 10-day tickets to a resort I'm an hour drive from. Make it make sense. And Powder Mountain responded with 2 emojis, with a airplane and a goodbye sign, which means go to Europe. So that was kind of rude. So Alex wrote back, so your response to a 10+ year local customer is to hit the high road in response to your absurd day ticket prices. This resort is a complete joke. You just confirmed I will certainly never go again. One thing you don't do is you don't piss off the locals. And that's exactly what they did. While I was reviewing responses to yesterday's season pass news, I found many comments summarizing how a lot of your customer base feels, yet this one stuck out. This sums up what Powder Mountain truly stands for today. I will not renew my pass. Uncrowded by design equals price out the locals and poors. And so it's not starting out very well for the ex-CEO of Netflix for his new business venture.
Do they want it to be destroyed? And then someone comes in and maybe does something, you know?
No, because the reason he even bought it was because the price was down, because they wanted to sell it, the previous owners, because it was losing money. So his
but to
idea.
Put Meghan on there, it's like
it was stupid.
Yeah,
it was stupid because everything she touches turns to crap. So it got Markled. I can't imagine. I can see now why brands are so afraid to go near her.
Yeah,
I mean, this is why.
Yeah, she's doing everything just to make money.
Exactly.
With the clever mushroom feet blend.
Let's get to the big story today. Resting Doll Face called this a while ago. She said Meghan is going to try to rebrand herself as a mom. And unfortunately, that's where Meghan's headed. As that. So this Vanity Fair article came up. Meghan Markle is teaming up with Gina Davis to change our perceptions of moms on TV. On Thursday, the Duchess of Sussex and the nonprofit Moms First are announcing the results of a study on television moms with the Gina Davis Institute on gender in the media. If you guys don't remember, Erin Vanderhoof is a Sussex Squad symph. What do you call it? Like, what do the kids call it? They call it Stan. She just loves Meghan Markle. She always writes the best articles for Meghan. Before anyone knew her as Duchess of Sussex, Suits fans knew Meghan Markle for her role as Rachel Zane, the USA Network's show, wry and intelligent fan favorite paralegal. Mirroring Meghan's 2018 trip down the aisle and pivot to philanthropy, Rachel's storyline over 7 seasons also ended with a wedding and a big job in a new city. Now a mother of 2, Meghan is setting her sights on the next phase of life as it appears on the small screen. The Duchess is teaming up with actor Gina Davis and Moms First, a longtime charity partner of the Archwell Foundation, to raise awareness about the ways television depicts characters who are mothers, backed up by data gathered from programming across 2022. On Thursday, Moms First and the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media shared the results of the study that shows how those portrayals don't always reflect reality, and argues that a change is necessary if we want to shift public attitudes and policy. They want to shift policy. Let's remember that. The study funded by the Archwell Foundation found that though TV moms have become slightly more diverse, they are still underrepresented as earners and are still largely young, white, and thin. In 2022, when a couple with kids under 18 had a clear breadwinner, they were males 86.5% of the time. The study found that childcare and the realities of keeping a house running are largely erased. What Meghan is doing right now is she's creating an issue and a problem that doesn't exist, okay? Moms in the media, moms on TV shows. Do you know how long we've come? I have never watched a TV show where I haven't seen the mom as the strength, or maybe like Home Improvement, but I didn't watch those shows. I didn't watch shows like
I think she had a job. I think she
did have a job, but I'm saying as far as like making the man the center point, I don't really remember watching shows like that growing up.
Yeah. Well, she's trying to brainwash us into believing that it never happened. So now we have to watch this to have diversity.
I had to think back like on shows that like mom and dad would watch with us. You know, we come from like the age of like you sit down with the whole family and you watch the show, you know, or you watch it at dinner. You know, you don't go off and watch it on your phones and stuff. You know, we would sit down and watch shows, which is the same reality and the same era that Meghan came from. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm going to give you guys some examples of how moms are portrayed, and again, I'm not understanding where she's thinking it's the Donna Reed show or I Love Lucy. Where is she getting this?
Yeah.
And Gina Davis, shame on you for like taking advantage and trying to make policy go a certain way because of your ideology. I'm sick of people with this crazy ideology, this far left crazy ideology, trying to then put it and make it look like there's a problem when there is no problem. We grew up watching Roseanne. Roseanne was like one of the best shows. We would look forward to Roseanne. Okay. Roseanne worked in a factory. She worked at restaurants. She worked at a hair salon. She opened up her own restaurant. She was the breadwinner and she took care of the house. I don't know what is Meghan talking about?
I don't know.
And Gina Davis. Stephanie?
I don't know. I also, yeah, I just said everything, dude.
Okay. For them to say, well, we've come a long way. Murphy Brown, that was like such a big deal.
Yeah, because she decided to have the baby even on her own. You know, she was like, I don't need a man. She actually said that in one episode. And she was obviously the breadwinner and she was a career woman and she was very well established. She didn't need to have a kid, but she became a mom and we all respected her for that. And that's cool.
Avery was her son's name.
Yes. Okay.
Ross and Rachel.
Rachel had her own career, very, very successful. She then got a job with Louis Vuitton, but you know, she was a single mom for a long time, and that's what we grew up watching.
227.
Yeah,
this is a perfect example of you know, she didn't have a job. She was a housewife. But Lester, her husband, owned a construction company and she would sometimes do the books for him.
Yes.
She would take care of the house. She would take care of her neighbors' lives. You know, we just grew up knowing Marla Gibbs was like, you know, the mom, the TV mom. So I don't know what TV shows Gina Davis and Meghan were watching.
They're watching the show of we need money, so we're going to do this show.
We're going to make up a situation that doesn't make sense.
We need cash in the bank.
Yeah. Good Times.
Okay.
Good Times is perfect, okay? Because you had Florida. She was a maid, okay? She played the maid. She was Maud's maid. That's how she became, that's how Good Times even happened. And then you had her husband, but she was the main person on the show. She was the strength. Her husband even died on the show. It was like a really big deal. And they went through a lot of bad times for being a show called Good Times. Keeping your head underwater.
I love that song.
Making your way if you can. Temporary layoff. Good Times. Yeah. So Good Times show kind of like before Stephanie and I generation.
I was going to say we didn't
our
watch
parents did have us watch the Nick at Night.
I was going to say Nick at Night reruns.
Nick at Night reruns. We would watch Good Times. It was a great show. Maud. The first mother to have and I don't know if I can say this, smushmortion on TV. This was such a big deal.
Again, we didn't see this in real time, but we knew about it from Nick at Night.
We knew about it. Maud was such a big deal. She was a feminist, probably like one of the first feminists on television. And when she
played her.
Became pregnant later in life, she decided to have a procedure done and
not get pregnant.
Breaking glass ceilings everywhere. It made everybody out there feel heard. It made everyone out there just kind of like, okay, well, this is now normal. So I don't know what strives Meghan and Gina Davis want to do more.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, we're going to do more of this stuff. And we're going to end these stereotypes. What stereotypes?
Elise Keaton.
She was an architect. Yes, they were both 50-50 in the breadwinning category.
I think she made more money.
She made more, and then she ended up having a baby.
Yep.
Yeah, later on in the season, Andy. Yeah, we all love. He was Michael J. Fox's mini-me.
And she still went to work.
She still went to work afterwards. And she even talked about, there were episodes where she goes, you know, I need pregnancy. What is it? Maternity leave. She actually discussed maternity leave, guys. These are issues that we're talking about today that are getting brought up.
Yeah. Yes. Claire Huxtable.
Oh, come on. She was an attorney.
5 kids.
5 kids and she was a lawyer.
Lawyer, grandchildren. You know, she was just, to me, when we were growing up, she was the mom.
Yep. She was the mom of moms.
The mom of moms. Yeah. I mean, Cosby Show was definitely something that my family sat down and we watched religiously on Thursday nights. That it was the Cosby Show.
Yep.
That was it.
And she was such a pillar of strength. I mean, without her, could you imagine the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's trying to erase this character.
Exactly.
And so is Gina Davis.
This never happened.
This never happened.
Yeah. I can't speak for this, but Stephanie can probably speak for this.
I watched this show, and I still watch the reruns of this show, Gilmore Girls. I mean, Lorelai got pregnant when she was in high school. She had to make a very hard decision. Thank God that she was able to move to Stars Hollow pregnant, and she was able to get a job at the Independence Inn, and she was able to support Rory for a good 14, 15 years. Rory then ended up going to a prep school because she wanted to go to Yale or Harvard. And her, Lorelai had to step up and pay for that too. So good for her.
Did Tobin have anything to do with it?
Tobin actually burned the Independent Inn down.
So in spite of Tobin,
and that's Lorelai then
still made it happen.
Lorelai ended up opening up her own inn.
Okay.
So that Tobin sort of was the catalyst for her opening up the own inn, because if he didn't burn it down, we all would have been screwed.
Thank goodness for Tobin.
Yeah, but that's a pillar of strength right there, guys, ladies and gentlemen.
So there's another example.
Okay.
I want to bring up soap operas too, because we're forgetting those women. Okay. Erica Kane. Erica Kane had Bianca, and she also had Kendall. Kendall was a product of unfortunate, I can't say the word.
Yes.
But it was very bad. And she went through so much to have a relationship with Kendall.
Kendall was a little hellraiser.
She was a hellraiser, but then they had a great relationship. And Erica loved her grandchildren. You guys don't even know what this woman has been through.
She's been through a lot.
Okay, talk about strong strength. You don't want to bring her up, do you, Megan? Brooke Logan from Bold and the Beautiful. This woman has a baby with Eric Forrester. She then has a baby with his son. She then has a baby with the son's half brother. I mean, she's having kids everywhere, but yet she still remains a pillar of strength, and she loves her grandchildren. And she started Brooke's Bedroom, which on the show meant like Victoria's Secret. Mm-hmm. And she is a successful businesswoman, and she never wavered. So you forget about them. And then you got Taylor Hayes. Taylor is a successful psychiatrist who also had children, okay? And she had to put up with a lot of crap that Ridge did, okay? So I don't want to hear that there's no representation on TV shows when it comes to mothers.
Well, again, I'm just going to repeat myself, sorry. What Megan is trying to do here is erase what happened in the past so she could be the future. Remember that t-shirt she used to have on?
Yeah.
Erase the future. She wants to erase everything that happened, because that's what people in her situation that want to abolish free speech, and they want to brainwash and have everyone drink the Kool-Aid. But it's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
It's not going to happen, because people like us and our generation who are going to fight against this are going to remember all this stuff. Listen, Nancy and I didn't grow up with phones in our hands. Okay. We grew up with this stuff. Claire Huxtable. We grew up with that. Roseanne. We grew up with Murphy Brown. Those are the people we grew up with. So Megan trying to come in, and especially, and I got to be honest, the Gina Davis thing, I feel for her, because it's one of those situations that she hasn't worked in a really long time.
Yeah.
She's getting older. She's in that position where she needs a paycheck.
Yeah.
So people like Meghan Markle are going to elder abuse these people. They're going to trap them. They're going to try to pull them back in, into whatever they're doing. And I feel for Gina Davis, because that's a hard pill to swallow on that. Because I love Beetlejuice, by the way. That was a great movie.
But the harder you go up, the
faster you come down.
Yeah.
Thelma and Louise. That literally they went down, because they sort of this way, and then the car went down.
That was an awesome movie. People magazine is totally jumping on this bandwagon, of course. Meghan Markle combines past acting experience and motherhood in latest project with Gina Davis. I'm sorry, People magazine. You guys really are just losing your freaking minds.
Do we even have to call it People anymore? Can we just call it like Markle?
Yeah.
Markle magazine. Can we just call it that?
Another thing that bothered me about Meghan was when she was saying women need to find their voice.
Oh,
we know we have a voice. Where are you getting that? We are in the kitchen. Where are you getting this?
I'd like to. No, she's trying to go back to the detergent commercial. She was famous for the detergent commercial where she was.
Oh,
I know. You know when you peak when you're young and you can't get over it?
Yeah.
She peaked.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, listen to me. We grew up with Sex in the City. Miranda Hobbs went to the doctor to get the procedure at the last minute. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
She supported Brady, and she supported
Miranda Hobbs
Yes.
got pregnant, and she didn't want the baby. And the whole episode, we just assumed she was going to get the procedure done. But then at the very last minute,
That's
she
what I just
changes
said.
her mind and she has it. But that's a perfect example.
I'm just saying
of
that's what we grew up with.
And we know you grew up with that, Megan.
Yeah, Megan, we know you know Sex in the City. Don't play dumb. Like, I didn't know anything about
Yeah.
Prince Harry.
Yeah.
I have to Google the royal family.
Yeah,
And then
come
she'll go,
on.
she's going to say in a year, I had to Google Sex in the City and I had to Google
Yeah.
Cosby
Enough with
Show.
this dumb act. I'm sick
Give
of
me
this
a
dumb
break.
act. So it's pretty obvious that Archwell Foundation, Megan, this is a pay to play, because I went over to Mom's first and I saw that Archwell Foundation. So what I'm thinking is, last year Archwell Foundation, as their last hurrah, had to give money to these things, and now they're cashing in on that. Because I mean, obviously, this is, I mean, that's why she's involved.
This is all trickle over effect of their grifts.
Exactly.
That's what this is.
This is trickle down. You're right. That's a good word.
It
Yeah,
is.
but I was looking at like who was giving, and all these places have agendas. But the Craig Newmark Foundation, he is left of center donor, which is fine. He is very involved with changing policy and elections.
We know they like that.
Okay. So again, this is another situation that Megan is inserting herself in politics
Wow.
and getting involved with people that want to change policy, want to affect the election. And again, it's going to blow up in her face.
We still have no idea which way though.
Because
I'm still on the Stephanie's still on the fence. You guys can have your own opinion.
It's a good theory.
But I'm still on the fence about which way we're going, because if you insert Megan into something, there has to be an end game to this.
Yeah.
You can't just put Meghan and then go, oh, we didn't know. Wait, something's wrong with Meghan Markle? We got Markle?
No.
Still on the fence.
Stephanie has a good point. Steph thinks that, like, you know, that she's...
I'm convinced.
She's secretly trying to get right of center people.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you might be right.
But I digress.
You do.
And I do not talk about politics on this channel. So
no.
I do talk about Sex and the City.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And I like Gilmore Girls. So thanks for adding that to the list. I'm actually
I did
shocked.
that for you.
I didn't know she actually put that up there.
I wanted you to be surprised.
She opened her own in at the end.
Yes.
Thanks to Tobin.
Today's animal rescue is a kitty rescue called Meow Squad. Their goal is to reduce the large stray and feral cat population by using trap, neuter, and return. That's really important because you want to make sure that you neuter as many animals as you can, because right now the pet population is obviously too much, because there shouldn't be any animals in shelters, period. They should all have homes. So that is very, very important. I will put their link in the description below. Please check them out, share them with friends and family. It really does make a difference.
Do you ever see that, because of the cats, do you ever see that Will Ferrell audition tape where he's playing with a yarn?
He pretends he's a cat.
Yeah, and that's what I was, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
he goes it's so funny.
It is funny.
Put the link in there.
I watched Blades of Glory last night.
I watched
for no reason.
I watched The Office, and the Will Ferrell one came up and he did the juggling.
I sat and watched Blades of Glory and I laughed my bum off.
It's a great movie.
It's so
Will Ferrell.
silly. Will Arnett, they have like a chasing scene on their skates and then they walk.
I've seen it. It's great.
It's so funny. Oh my God. Blades of Glory. If you just want to laugh that you don't have to think about, Blades of Glory is funny.
Or that audition tape.
Yeah.
Okay, adopt a cat.
Adopt a cat. We will see you very soon.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Love you.